Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Dreamland. So, don't know too much about it. It is on Amazon Prime for $9.99. I'll tell you that. It's also 5.8 on IMDb with 580 people who have reviewed it so far, so very low amount of reviews, which is cool. So, Margot Robbie stars in it. It's the only name I recognize. And it's about a young detective. I don't know. It seems like the way it looks like a Bonnie and Clyde kind of thing. But I don't know. Some young detective gets himself in trouble or something like that. I don't know. It's in Oklahoma. I don't know. Any more than that. It really doesn't tell you much in IMDb. So you have as much information as I have right now. I'll get into it. It's only an hour and 28 minutes long. So I'll let you know what it's all about, give you a better idea, and ultimately let you know what I think. Stick around. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Dreamland. We're at the 59-minute, 24-second mark, and I want to correct something in the beginning. I said it was an hour and 28-minute film. It's not. It's an hour and 41-minute film. I was looking at it wrong. So, we got a little bit left to go. I almost forgot to check in. It is kind of interesting. So, Margot Robbie essentially plays a bank robber who, you know, got caught robbing, or was not get caught, but like, yeah, got busted robbing a bank on her way out. And she's on the lam. She's running from the cops, and she hides in a barn that is, you know, occupied, not occupied, but the kid that I had talked about earlier, who's in the detective comic books, you know, in his place. Now, as a kid, he's probably high school, senior maybe. I don't know. They don't talk about school or age, but you know, probably 17, 18 years old is what I'm gonna say. This is my guess. And maybe not even, because he's, I don't know, but whatever. This is back in the, when there was Dust Bowl days, and I think it's Texas, but I don't know. Anywhere, out in the Midwest somewhere, right? So where they're filled with dust storms is what's happening. And so anyway, he discovers her in this barn, and you know, he decides to, you know, kind of help her. So start feeding her, getting her cleaned up, all that stuff. And you know, she's offering money for him to get her to Mexico. So he's trying to figure out how to do that. Meanwhile, he's also trying to figure out, is she as bad as everybody says? So she's not only been accused of bank robberies, but also of murder, and murdering a little girl. So she says, of course, she didn't do it, but we don't know the truth. We only see, you know, a little bit of flashbacks. We don't know exactly what has happened. But of course, she's trying to convince him that she's actually somewhat of a good person besides the bank robbing stuff. And you could see them, you know, they're building a little bit of a relationship there. And so that's what we got going on. It is pretty good. It's interesting. He, his stepdad that he lives with is like a deputy with the police. And everybody's out looking for her, of course, because of her bank robbery. But that's it. That's all we got. Everything else is pretty much noise leading up to that. But like I said, it's pretty interesting that I almost forgot to even do a check-in, but I realized I really didn't tell you anything in the beginning, so I at least got to give you something here. So we'll see where it goes from here. I think it's pretty interesting, and hopefully it stays that way. Alright, that's it. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Dreamland, and I have to say I enjoyed it. You know, like I said at the first check-in, I didn't realize, you know, how far I was through the movie until the end. Now, it is kind of like I want to say Bonnie and Clyde, because it's a guy and a girl, and you know, it's 1935, you know, bank robbery, guy and a girl thing. You know what I mean? So you get that vibe from it, and I think it works. I do. Because of that, though, it does not so much predictable, because you never know, but you know it's all going to come, what it's all going to come down to in the end, right? You know, I mean, she's running from the law. He wants to help her. What's going to happen? You kind of got that all going on. It's just what really happens to the two of them come the end is all you're waiting for. But and you can predict the relationship, all that stuff. So, you know, that's the only piece of it that it's like, well, I thought the acting, Fimmel was the guy in the movie, the main actor, and Margot Robbie was the girl. So Travis Fimmel also looked familiar. He was his stepdad that I mentioned, who's the deputy sheriff or whatever. He's in it. But other than that, I didn't. And a little girl, something Darby. She was in a show. I forget what it's called, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, I recognize her from somewhere. But he's her little sister, and she kind of narrates the whole piece. Not really her, but the voice is saying that she was the sister. Whatever. But yeah, all in all, I think it's definitely. I liked it. I liked the acting. I thought they all did a good job. I don't know who. I don't think I've ever seen Finn Cole before, but I thought he did pretty good. And then Margot Robbie, of course, she's pretty talented in this kind of role. So the plot was good. They not only did I talk about it being 1935 and bank robberies, but this dust storm kind of played a little bit of an underlining tone behind everything. And him being really interested into the detective life, through comic books, and he kind of gets drawn into that because he starts harboring a fugitive. So he kind of wanted the risky life, and does he ultimately jump in? But that's the way he's leaning. So I thought it was good for something I've never heard of before, and it just popped up, and I was like, oh, all right, Margot Robbie, I know who she is. Let me check it out. So. Not any higher than a 6, I don't think, but not any lower. It's right in there. Decent movie. Not something. If you like, I don't want to say gunslinger, but Bonnie and Clyde type movies. This is it. I'm not going to say that word one more time. B and C, but that's what it is. So check it out. I think you'd like it, and if you do, drop me some comments. Hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel, do all that stuff. So hopefully I helped you out a little bit. I will say this, $9.99, I would wait until that price comes down a little bit. I know I said it's a 6, but you don't want to go out and spend $10 on a movie that's going to be at least $5.99 or $4.99 in a couple of weeks. So hold off, sorry Amazon, but hold off until it comes down a little bit. I do think maybe it's worth paying for. If you can get it at Redbox for the prices they have, go to Redbox. There you go. That's my last piece of advice. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I was helpful, at least that last piece. And continue to tune in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.